They have dominated so far USWA wrestling here today, and Mike Samples is smiling and happy about the whole thing.
Did you see that news? Wrestle War? When one night we get rid of all the punks, geeks, idiots, and goofs in this company? I mean, look, these men, one night, one time in the ring with all those idiots, I feel so good. I'm just going to let the big men tell you exactly what they're going to do, and I'm going to have a party. This is great. We're going to get rid of all of them.
You celebrate, and let's see what they have to say. Nelson Knight.
Dave, the attack plan is simple. We have the advantage. We're going straight forward, and we're destroying all four of them. That's right.
Well, there's a word from the Harlem Knights right there. Scotty Flamingo.
This is great. But boys, the Harlem Knights, they gonna beat up on them rank, stank, ugly, nothing happened to Moondogs. And I'm gonna get a piece of the Burger King. Now, everybody start a little clip. The Burger King, I should be the unified world champion, and now I'm gonna humiliate you for ripping me off from the title. So Monday night, I'm gonna take the Burger King, and I'm gonna stomp a mud hole in his ugly face. Woo, baby! We're gonna party!
There's a word from Scotty. We have not heard from Mr. Christopher yet. I would assume he has a word,
Just
huh?
stand by.
Brian Christopher.
Dave Brown. Now, just a few seconds ago, Corey Macklin told me that Jerry Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, and the Moondogs have a little surprise for the first family later on. A little surprise, Corey. Is that what you said? Well, Corey, let me ask you a question. Could the surprise be that they took a bath this morning? Could that be the surprise, huh? I want to know. Because Dave Brown, them stinking Moondogs, and I repeat the word stinking, they stink to high heaven. Every night, and that's true, correct me if I'm not wrong, every night when we have to walk down the aisle and get in the ring, it stinks like funk. The people smell like goats. You understand me? Goats. And then when you have to climb in the ring and you have to face the Moondogs, and believe it or not, they stink worse than the people sitting out in the crowd stink. How can you be expected to wrestle somebody that stinks that bad? And I know for a fact, everybody sitting at home, they have not taken a bath this morning, have they? Not a one of them. The first family have bathed today. We have showered. All of our bodies are sparkling clean, you understand? But the Moondogs, they've never taken a bath, and it seems to have rubbed off on Jerry Lawler and Jeff Jarrett. Now, Jerry Lawler and Jeff Jarrett, you say y'all have a big surprise. The first family are the smart ones around here. We pull the surprises, you understand me? The Harlem Knights are going to take care of the Moondogs in Wrestle War. Scotty Flamingo will take care of you, Jerry Lawler. And that leaves me, Brian Christopher, for you, sissy boy Jeff Jarrett. By the way, Jeff, Clorox called. They want a half a gallon back, baby.
Brian, excuse me. We're going to have
I'm not through talking.
Oh, I see what it is. Look at this. My goodness. Oh, me. You got the king, Jeff Jarrett, Richard Lee, the Moondogs. And they look like they are ready for a war, don't they? Wow.
Yeah, dig it. Yeah.
Hold on. King?
And hut! Dave Brown, we have stood back there and we have listened to those punks come out here and run their mouths about being the first family. We are sick and tired of listening to those punks. Are we sick and tired of listening to those punks? Yeah. We have decided to do something about it, Dave Brown. We are no longer going to take these actions, these tactics, this abuse from the so-called first family. So what I have done, Dave Brown, is I have reached back into the past, and I have reinstituted Lawler's army. And you can see it standing right here next to you. And this army is ready to go to war. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go to war with you, punks. We're going to beat you at your own game. We're going to grind you into the ground. And we're going to leave you laying like the piles of garbage that you are. Now I want to introduce you to my army. Suck that gun in, boy. Because this right here is Jeff Jarrett. This is my own version of Rambo, and I want you to do a little guerrilla warfare on a punk named Brian Christopher. Tell us what you got in store for that punk.
Oh, I can't wait. Brian Christopher, in case you didn't know, for over a year, I was in boot camp with these guys.
That's right.
And for over a year, I took every board and every chair and every trash can and even the kitchen sink over my head. So believe me, Brian Christopher, when I say it, the general here has got his army ready. And we've been through living hell, Dave Brown, and one heck of a boot camp. So, boys, it's going to be Wrestle War 93, and oh, I can't wait. We just might have a little fire. We just might have a little boards, a little chairs, a little cans. You never know what's going to happen. Bombs might explode. Right, General?
You got it right. Now I want to introduce you to this gentleman right here. This is my version of General Schwarzkopf because he is the brain behind the brawn. He is the man to make the Moondogs go. And you got your work cut out for you. But I want you to make short work. I want you to make a chump out of this Mike Samples. Tell us, Mr. Lee, what you got in store for Mike Samples.
Oh, King, let me tell you something. Mike Samples, I have never been a boxer, brother, and you've boxed me all around the territory. But one thing I've always been, brother, is I've always been a back alley street fighter, and this is right up my alley, baby. I got two of the baddest people in professional wrestling on my left. I got the other two baddest people on my right, baby. And Mike Samples, while they're beating the brains out of your goon squad, brother, I'm going to be beating your head in.
Yeah. Come right down here, Dave Brown. I want you to take a good look at this. I want you to take a good look at this, First Family. You know, every good army has got to have somebody that's willing to get down in the trenches, somebody that's willing to do anything that it takes, somebody that's willing to sacrifice, somebody that's willing to put it all on the line. And this is the man. No, let me take that back. This is the dog that's willing to do it. Tell him about it. Dave Brown, last but certainly not least, this is the tank that anchors the army right here. Now this First Family think they got some brawn. Well, let me tell you something. You ain't got nothing that'll match this Sherman tank right here, because when he gets ready to roll over you, there ain't gonna be nothing left. And you're gonna roll this week, aren't you, baby? Tell him how you're gonna roll. So let me tell you once and for all, the Army is ready for war. And like I said, we're gonna leave the First Family laying flat on the ground this week, and that's a promise.
There they go. Lawler's Army put back together. Man, I remember Lawler's Army first time around. And I tell you what, they got them. They got the attitude. They got them thinking that they're a team. And better look out there, First Family.